Hi there, collective. So I had a reading this morning that I had to post, and I thought while I was all set up, um, I have not done any readings for such a long time to put on my channel. And I have this really kind of dark deck that I've been putting off using for a while, but I feel like this is what I need to put out there for my collective today. Um, Collective readings are for everybody. They are general. Not everything applies to, it might not apply to you, but some of it might. So, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. There could be somebody else that message is meant for. And that being said, let's give this a start. I'm going to pull 3 cards for you, and then I'm going to clarify them. And then I will end with some oracle cards. Okay, so let me get 3 cards for my collective. And one. I'm going to take that one. That one and that one. Okay. So let me put my glasses on. I'm blind. Okay. So we have the Magician, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 5 of Cups. Okay. So the Magician is someone, so in my tarot readings, 1, I read intuitively, and 2, usually if there is a person, then I designate that represents a person in your life. It could be you or someone else. So the Magician is someone who is manifesting his future. This is a male, but it could be female, doesn't matter. He's mastering the 4 elements and learning how to use them. I feel like this is a point in your life where you're making decisions. I kind of love this too because look, there's fire on each one, and so I make candles, so like I kind of picture like candles. Anyway, so I feel like this is you. You're manifesting something for the future. With the Ace of Pentacles there, it's a new start, maybe a new start in stability, and I feel like that's kind of a terrifying thing for people. I'm an older person, so it's like that new start is always something that at this age, really at any age, changing your direction can be quite terrifying. But you're manifesting it, so like you have the skills to be able to start over again and move forward with this. We also have the 5 of Cups. I'm sorry. Yes, the 5 of Cups. So I think in part of your manifestation for something in the future has come from a feeling of loss and a feeling of grieving things that you've lost without realizing at that time that if you just kind of turn around and took a new perspective, there's something better for you. It's always hard when you're in the mix of things that are chaotic or painful to see that it is a positive life lesson, but that's something that you've definitely gone through. And I think at this point you've decided to okay, so I look at the cards in the picture. So this, there are 5 vessels here. In the traditional card, he's looking at 3 that are tipped over and kind of mourning them and not realizing there are 2 behind him. Okay. With this card, he's holding 2 orbs. I feel like you realized that you did have other options. There were better things at play for you. You just didn't know how to utilize them yet. So maybe this is maybe your abilities are waking up. Maybe, you're becoming more intuitive. You're seeing things a little bit more clearly. it doesn't mean that that pain's not there. I think the Five of Cups is coming up just um, to remind you that that pain wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that far away, um, and you can heal it, but it's going to take a little time to heal completely the way that you need it to. For your manifestations to come through. So there's a little bit more work to do as far as that. But starting with the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like that new start for you is going to be based on a more solid grounding than what you're used to. In fact, it might even surprise people the direction that you're taking. It might not seem like you to them. But I think that part of the message is that only you know you, right? Focus on yourself. And, the message from my other reading this morning was, filling your own cup first. Learning that skill is such a hard one for people. All right. So a bunch of cards came out. I'm not going to keep all of them, but it was Judgment, Seven of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like these are things that you're manifesting. This, I feel like the Ten of Pentacles, it'll probably come back out again, but let me get, they don't go with this one. Let's see. Let me get two more cards for the Magician. One more card. Oop. It's the Page of Swords. All right. So, for the Magician, we have the Chariot, some forward motion, the Four of Cups. That kind of goes with the Five of Cups. It's like that starting out, that initial realization that things need to change, that things maybe aren't as great as they initially look to you. And then you have the Page of Swords. So pages usually are people that are coming through with a message for you. So let's start there. The Page of Swords. I feel like someone came through, maybe a younger person, with a very direct message for you that was kind of shocking. Like, they saw your life and they gave you advice, and you thought to yourself at the time probably that, what does somebody so young know about life, right? But I feel like after a while you took that to heart. You have the Chariot. So there's this releasing of control of this motion. So there's the Star up here on this card. The Star is that, your big wish. And the Chariot carries that with it. In order to be taken to this wish, there's this release of control. If you look, these, sometimes they're horses or other animals, but the two wolves that are here in front of this Chariot, they are not attached. He's not holding on to any reins. He's not controlling the direction of where they're going. So the Chariot is kind of a leap of faith in a way, towards the direction of a wish that you're manifesting. In order to get there, you kind of have to let go of the reins and trust in yourself that what you want, what you're manifesting, is the best for you. And I feel like that's your first step in moving towards that. First, that realization, like accepting that it would come off as feeling like a criticism at first. It's like a child criticizing you, but they're a grown child. They are. They're an adult. They are seeing you for how other people see you, and I think that had a big influence on you making this decision to kind of let go. You also have the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is someone who, is being offered this. So the Ace of Cups would be the cup that she has. So in this deck, she actually is accepting that. In the traditional deck, the cup is being offered, but she's not taking it. She's looking at the 3 cups in front of her and going, why would I want that? I've lost my taste for this altogether, so I don't want any more of it. So it's a change of perspective, like accepting change, accepting criticism, and letting go. It's a big step. It's not just like a few things. And in order to become the magician, you have to master all of these aspects of your life. And unfortunately, there is a loss of control in a way. It's just it's a temporary feeling. And once that fear is lifted, you're going to see your life changing, and you're going to be moving forward. And I see something completely different unraveling in your life for you. Unraveling. It's an interesting choice of words, because it's not what I was going to say, but it's what came out. Okay. So maybe there's some things you have to dig a little deeper in as well. And there's some fear there, but it will be okay. The only way to change is to go through it. All right, so let's see. Ace of Pentacles. Is clarify with the Ace of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. If we get the 3, I'm going to freak out. I'll be done. One more card, please. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So this new beginning of yours, where you will be starting off on solid ground, I feel like once you start that process, it's going to just kind of, just like the Wheel of Fortune, it's going to continue in motion. You can kind of see this feeling of motion, of releasing and letting go and moving forward in this stability. Okay. With the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles is someone who is trying to balance things out, and you are looking for your next step, and that is balance. That is creating a little give and take. And I feel like initially it's going to start out slow and a little bit difficult, but just like everything else, once you kind of surrender to it, it will become a lot easier. You'll start to see the balance. Maybe you're trying to balance too many things, and starting on a solid ground, balance out the most important parts of your life first, okay? And they're probably not what you think. You can be super strong, you can be, super guarded, but none of those things they don't bring growth as far as your emotions and your heart and your mind. So these are the things that you really have to work on. Taking a chance. And I feel like you're trying to manifest that strength to take that chance. I don't know if the Strength card will come out, but I can definitely feel it and see it. I feel like it's going to take a different kind of strength than what you're used to. So you're trying to figure that out. How do people do that? I feel like there's some meditations and things like that that will show up for you. I don't know if you watch YouTube channels and like look for meditations and things like that, but I feel like there's some that will just kind of be like, they'll pop up at the top of your screen, and that, you know, follow the direction, almost like follow the white rabbit, like in the Matrix, right? So to clarify the Five of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords. It's another ace, another beginning. Cutting through repetitive thought processes, finding a little bit more levity, peace, and a new beginning in how you think about things. And then you have the World and the Seven of Pentacles. And let's see, and on the bottom you have the High Priestess. Okay. So you have your Ace of Swords, the World card, and the Seven of Pentacles. So, with the Five of Cups there, not seeing anything but what you've lost for such a long time, cutting through some of the lies that you've told yourself about certain connections, about how you've lived your life, how you've dealt with things. They're coming to the surface. With the World, it's a new opportunity to explore those things and to grow from them. And with the Seven of Pentacles, it's that you're laying the groundwork, the foundation for yourself, for stability. And as I love this card because she's walking along the pentacles, you know, they're grounding her instead of pulling her out of her mind and have, you know, like creating chaos and anxiety. Instead, she's walking along them and like enjoying the stability of it. There's a lot of hard work that went into that, and she's appreciating the reward at the end of this. Sometimes the Seven of Pentacles can make you question, you know, was it worth it? And I feel like for you, you have a long ways to go, but it's definitely going to be worth it, that you've taken these chances, that you've taken these steps, and trying to create a really solid foundation for yourself. Okay. Let me pull. All right, I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you now. Let's see. First off, let me get. Nope, those are the wrong ones. Okay. Sometimes that happens. I have a bunch of cards just in case. Let me get some messages for the collective, things that they might not see or things that they need to know as they're going along this journey. Anything else? It's a lot. All right, there's a lot of cards coming out. Anything else? All right. Going through quite a bit. And I'm going to pull this card because, okay, so this card doesn't belong here, so don't know how it got there. So this one is Union, Reconciliation, Coming Back, Making It Work, Second Chance. Okay, so things that you might not see coming. Maybe, I don't know if that's something that you're trying to manifest or if that is coming forward for you. We have escaping, avoiding, blocking, and pushing away. I feel like that's probably an old habit of yours and one that you're trying to change and move away from. Now I'm going to lose my voice. Interesting. Okay. One day, someday, somewhere, another time. I feel like you definitely have something in mind, someone in mind, maybe that you're trying to grow for or be better for. Clarity, truth, intentions, honesty. Remember to honor yourself and put yourself first, because the things that belong to you belong to you is the wrong word. The people that are supposed to be in your life, the relationships that you're supposed to have, there are some things that are inevitable. We have choices, absolutely. We don't have to do anything. We don't want to. But there are things there are paths that are set, that if we don't walk along and we don't make a decision to move in any direction, the universe will start pushing us. And they'll push us towards a lesson, that we're missing. So I feel like those things have been really frustrating for you, but if you stop fighting it, it's going to go a lot easier. Maybe you're like me. I'm extremely stubborn, so I have a hard time with change. All right, shallow, hollow, empty, boredom, pain, apprehensive, afraid, caution. The pain is a lot. Abandoned, left out, walked away, cold. I feel like that's happened to you a lot, but I feel like you do that to people as well. I feel like that's how you learn to protect yourself. Loyalty, trusting, reliability, believing. Mistakes, misunderstood, victim, lost soul. Memories, reminiscing, dwelling, bittersweet, and boundaries. No, drawing the line, enough. So I feel like maybe the things you're missing are just how conflicted you are. Just remember, you can't go on this journey. You can't manifest things as the magician if you are constantly, dealing with pain, with past things that you have not resolved within yourself. And growth comes from, unfortunately, one of the places it comes from is pain. But I feel like with this one day, you're going to receive your clarity. And the things that, maybe you've been running away from and setting up boundaries against and trying to escape from, are starting to feel like they're feeling shallow and pointless. The memories that you have are also painful. You feel abandoned. You feel like you've made mistakes along the way. And what you really wanted was some loyalty and some companionship. Just remember, loyalty goes both ways, right? So if you expect something from somebody, you also have to give a little bit too. Okay. Well, I'm going to pull one more message for you, one more set of oracle cards, and then we will close this out. So this would be messages from your person, maybe that they have not shared with you. Anything else? Any more? All right. Messages from your person. I want to feel that way again. I love you. I wish I had treated you better. I knew exactly what I was doing. And I feel you leaving me behind. So I hope those messages helped you, and I will be seeing you in the future. If you liked this reading, please like, share, subscribe, comment. All of those things help me keep my channel going, and I will be hopefully much better about sitting down and doing my readings. I'm kind of a force of I'm a chaotic force, so I don't always get things done that I'm supposed to do. So I totally get the whole letting go, manifesting what you want. Yeah, I will definitely be better. All right, I will see you soon. Goodbye.